I had a friend in the entertainment business who said a record is never done. You just run out of time, money, or patience. The Encore edition of the record wasn't really something that we planned.
The Encore, I mean, this is a new format for the record business. This idea of the extended releases, you know.
You know, the Encore. It's, you know, as much for the people at the show as it is for the people on stage. You know, at least that's how I feel about it. For me, I feel like an encore is something that we sort of earn. You know, it's like I pray that they ask for an encore because that means that we've done our job and that we get to play some more. You know.
You guys are absolutely awesome. I can't wait to come back and hang out with you guys and play some more music at some point, hopefully soon. Can we do one more for you, St. John? Is that all right?
The first curveball that we were thrown on this project was that it wasn't the next project. So we're sitting here with the expectations of going into record number 2. All of a sudden, we're going into record 1.5.
I don't know anybody personally who has finished a record, put it in their CD player, and in 6 months they're still going, yep, that's done, that's finished, that's exactly what I wanted. No, that doesn't happen. You listen to it, and you're like, God, I wish I would have fixed that, you know, or I wish I would have thought about that a little bit more. We could have done that better, or we could have done. I wonder. It's not even about doing it better. It's just about, I wonder, and I love that. I love wondering. I wonder a lot, you know. That's why I love what we're doing. That's why I'm so excited about this. This is a little weird, a little off the beaten path, you know. We were technically done with this record, but as I've stated, we're never done with a record. And I was given the opportunity to go back in and to do what I'm doing and experiment and try something. Now's a good time.
I wanted to do this because for several reasons, but a lot of it had to do with just the fact of trying something new and doing what I was too afraid to do when we started the record, because I had never worked with Dan Huff before. You know, I'd never made a record on a grand scale that way, and I feel like I explored a little bit, but I didn't explore enough, and I think this Encore was a great way for me to explore even deeper.
One note,
Maybe,
one note that you
maybe.
I don't know. There's just a lot of songs from the original record that I wrote for the original record that never got sort of done or never entered the audition process for the record, and I think what ended up happening was, you know, I really wanted to give these songs a fair shot, and there's some songs that I wrote actually after the record was done that I still felt like were part of the record. Then there's I Went Crazy, a song that sort of lyrically kind of, to me, wraps up everything I'm trying to say on this first record about love or whatever, you know.
Y'all ready to get crazy? I mean, put your hands together just like this. Come on. Keep them popping. Here we go.
When I met Hunter, the ironies, he didn't want to sing in front of me the first time, which I, you know, with the kid with that much talent, it's like, it's what?
You don't have to stand there and watch.
I know, that's fine.
I'll be okay. I'll be okay. You know?
I get it. This is called going over and beyond. I don't do this for anybody else.
I don't think you should.
I know that.
We do have a funny relationship. It is kind of humorous. I give him grief. He gives me grief. Because we both care so much about the record. We both care about the project.
I'm saying, I mean,
Absolutely.
I've got them all, but I said, if what you play, what you got?
No, keep talking. Keep talking.
So if you play and you can elevate it, do it.
Yes, sir.
I can't have my glass on. What's that?
That almost makes it more.
I can't see it. You have to read it.
It says, listen to the wisdom of the old. That's older.
Well, that hurts. Hunter, at this point in his career, in his life, I wish I had a graph that I could point back to, so I'll just do it with my hands here, is that his learning curve, his growth curve, is like this. It's like a trajectory of a rocket.
Very high third, top of the course too.
12 months ago, 14 months ago, when we recorded his first record, he was at a certain point in his musical skills, and I mean, he's blown that out of the water right now. People hire me sometimes to do the whole thing. We're going to show up, we're going to sing, we're going to play, we're going to go back on the road. You make this happen. That's a fair deal, and I can do that. With Hunter, it's not that.
One of the first things that Dan said to me when we started working on the first record was, I'm not here to produce your record. I'm here to help you produce a record.
Right? Usually this is the one that I'm going to show Hunter.
He was like, look, I'm here to hold a mirror to show you perspectives you haven't seen yet. I'm here to sort of help you get around to seeing what it is that's being created, from every aspect that you can possibly see it.
My role, I think, with Hunter is sometimes just taking a mirror and showing him himself from my perspective. Look at this, check this out. And that's kind of the way that we collaborate. In this chorus is watch the accents going crazy. Just a little more blues with the licks, because the track is kind of hanging down here, and you want something that kind of elevates it a little bit. It works out great, and he has an uncanny ability to sit back. This is where I've noticed a tremendous amount of maturity in him, is that he has the ability to listen without passing judgment immediately. This is like, talk about blessings from heaven. This is although it can be a double-edged sword. So I'm gonna start with the blessing part of it. Hunter can't stop. Yeah.
And that's what's gonna make it the magic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I dig that. You dig that?
Yeah, there's one thing I want to check for.
He has a studio on his bus. He's been known to set up studios backstage at the arenas, also in hotel rooms.
We've really had to flip some things around to make it all work.
He can't stop. I can't imagine being his parents, trying to get some sleep. This can't stop scenario does have certain liabilities. But for somebody like me, I don't live with him, so this is an awesome thing. We joke incessantly. It's almost a goof fest in here. No, what do you think, really?
Well, I'm doing it, Dan. So what does that tell you?
But once we start playing music, I wait for the moment that he kind of kicks in gear. All of a sudden, he goes out of this right brain side where everything's very analytical and technical, and he shuts it off, and he almost goes a little bit into like a trance. I call it doing the Hunter. He kind of gets these glazed eyes, and he starts playing, and I know he's zoning out. And at that point, he just does what he does. We put our heads together, and they're sitting there side by side and saying, no, I think this, and we arm wrestle a little bit and come up with our conclusions.
Whereas I thought, Dan would sort of instantly have all the answers. What's funny is he actually looked to me for a lot of them, and it was a beautiful collaboration because I'd come up with a part, he'd come up with a part, and we'd go back and forth for a little bit, and then that's how you end up with a song.
And we call it throwing paint. That's our term. He gets into throwing paint mode. He's going to grab a guitar. He's going to sing. He's going to grab a mandolin. He's going to grab a keyboard. Whatever he does, when he gets in that mode, what we do is we just let him start slinging that paint just around on the canvas. We look at it later, because when he gets in that mode, then it's all about just a pouring out, and I think that to me is the story of Hunter and where his music is going, because ultimately it comes to that pouring out. He writes these songs, they're part of his life, and when he expresses them, it's a direct line.
It's gonna be crazy. No pun intended, of course.